values as shown on the screen. It is x double bar plus A2 R bar. It is the formula for upper control line. Here I am talking about mean chart. Similarly, for lower control line also, the formula is x double bar minus A2 R bar. These are two formula for mean chart, and for R chart we have to use the formula of upper control line and lower control line. For upper control line the formula is D4 R bar, and for lower control line the formula is D3 R bar. So as we have discussed in the previous video that x double bar, how to calculate x double bar and R bar, now we will use the same values of x double bar and R bar to determine the limits of process. Here you can see the A2 is basically a constant value which you will find in the table at the back of any statistic book. Similarly, D4 and D3 is also the constant values again given in the table. When it is asked in the examination, you will be given these value. So the value of various factors like A2, D4 and D3 based on normal distribution can be found from the following table. So the table is given in the book. So here I have already, you can see the values are given. So in the exam also you will be given these value. So the value of A2 is 0.58 and value of D3 is equals to 0 and D4 is 2.11. So now to determine the values of upper control line, we will use the formula that is equals to x double bar plus A2 R bar. So x double bar value is 7.6 plus A2 value is 0.58 as given in the problem, and then we will multiply this with the value of R bar which is equals to 2.6. So after adding this 7.6 plus 1.51, you will see that the upper control limit of the mean chart is 9.11, and the similarly for the lower control limit it is 7.6 minus A2 value that is equals to 0.58 into R bar value 2.6 which is equals to 6.09. So here you can see that the upper control limit will be at 9.11 and the lower control limit will be at 6.09, and these values will be used in the mean chart. We will construct the chart on the graph, you will see later in this video. And the R chart, for the R chart similarly we will calculate the values of UCL and LCL. So for UCL it is R bar that D4 that is equals to 2.11 into R bar which is 2.6, which makes the UCL equals to 5.48. Similarly LCL, the formula is D3 into R bar, so the value of D3 as given here is equals to 0 and R bar value is 2.6, so 0 into 2.6 is 0. So now we have LCL and UCL values for mean chart and range chart both, right? So now these control limits are marked on the graph paper on either side of the mean value. X double bar and R values are plotted on the graph and joined, thus result called a control chart. So now you can see here, first we will look at the R bar chart. This mean chart. So mean chart, now on this chart or the graph, you can see the three parallel lines are drawn on the graph. On the x-axis, the sample numbers are taken 1 to 10, you can see here. We know that the mean for first sample as given in this table is 7.0, right? So we will see that 7 is basically a point is plotted on between these lines, that is at 7. So you will see that LCL is marked at 6.09. We will draw a parallel line to x-axis, and mean is 7.6, which is basically called mean value or the standard value for a process, and the UCL is marked at 9.11, and a parallel line is drawn between parallel line drawn to the x-axis. So this represents the upper control limit of the process. So now all 10 samples are plotted on this graph by putting a point for mean. So for the first sample the mean is 7, for the second sample the mean is 7.5, for the third sample mean is 8, for the fourth it is 10, for the fifth it is 9.5, and for sixth it is 11, for seventh it is 11.5, and eighth it is 4, and for ninth it is 3, and for 10th sample it is 4. So now we have plotted all these points on the graph. After plotting this graph, we will connect these points by the line, and you will find a zigzag shape here. And basically this chart will help you in understanding when the process is going out of control and when the process is within the control. So now we can see from this chart that up to the third sample, when the quality control manager took the third sample, the process was within the control or within the UCL and LCL lines, between these two lines. So but after the fourth sample something has happened, something went wrong, and the values went out of upper control line or above the upper control line up to the next 4 samples. So that means some mistake was there in the process, and this process went out of control. We are supposed to look back and determine what was the reason so that it went out of control. Similarly, from 8th, 9th, 10th sample, we found that it went below the LCL line. That also shows that it went out of control. So basically, when the quality control manager will look at this chart, he will well understand that something went wrong with the process, so he can go and identify the problems, and in this way you can understand that the process is not going as it is required. After this, similarly we can also look at this range chart. The range chart is also drawn on the graph in the same way. So first we are supposed to mark the upper control line and the lower control line of our chart or the range chart. The lower control line is at 0, so it is not shown in the graph. Upper control line is at 5.48, which is drawn parallel to the x-axis, and the mean line is also drawn at 2.6. If we look at the range chart, then we cannot say that the process is going out of control, because all the samples are between the lower control line and upper control line. So friends, we are supposed to look more types of charts to understand what was the problem. So our chart is not displaying uh, the problem which has occurred in the process, but the mean chart is showing some problem. So in this way, friends, by plotting these charts and putting it in the operation area or floor, production floor, anybody can come and inspect whether the process is within the control or it is going out of the control. So friends, so this way I hope you have understood that how these statistical quality control charts are important for us. If you will learn reading these charts, then it will help you in determining whether the process is going well or there is some problem. Does it require any maintenance, or there can be some errors by human being, there can be errors due to machine. So this way I hope you have understood the advantages of R chart and mean chart. Thank you so much.